Welcome to the Kentucky Derby Festival 2025. And you know, there is so much that is going on this year. And I know that we were probably a little bit worried about what would happen to the waterfront. But folks, I'm here to tell you it's clean, it's green, and ready for you and your family. Now, if you have never been to a Chow Wagon, okay, so let me explain it here. Chow Wagon is kind of under the umbrella of the Kroger Fest-a-Ville. And there's so much here. First of all, you got live music. And no matter what your taste is, whether it's rock and roll, jazz, R&B, it's all here. So you get a little bit of everything. Now, speaking of taste in music, no matter what your taste buds like, it's all here as well. We've got cookie dough. We've got elephant ears. I see pierogies, a steak dinner. It's all here as well. And yes, the famous turkey legs are here at the Chow Wagon. So many people to talk to, but I encourage you to come on down if you're watching this live. Yes, it's a good time. As you can see, people are enjoying their lunch hour. I'm going to bring in Karen Moore, who's going to chat with us a little bit. Come on in, Karen. Now, Karen, this is one thing I know for sure. You have an all-access pass,
yes,
which means you're very important, aren't you?
Yes, for sure.
So tell me, what is your role here, Karen?
Well, I helped judge the horses of the Pegasus Parade.
Oh, my goodness. Now, wait a minute. I did not realize judge the horses for the Pegasus Parade. I didn't realize there was a judging process.
Yes, there was 3 of us that we judged all the groups, and I think they got rewarded too.
Oh my goodness. So what kind of things do you look for when you judge I know what I'm looking for in a Derby horse, but Pegasus Parade horse is a little bit different. What do you look for?
Well, we look for how the horses are groomed, their soundness, their coat condition. We looked how people were dressed. They all tried to dress the same with their kind of costumes like that they had on. And then how they conform together as a team.
I'm interested, Karen. So how do you gain this kind of expertise? What's your background?
Well, my background is that I started working on the racetrack when I was about 18 years old, and I worked in Nebraska, and actually that's how I got to Kentucky, was on the racetrack and came to Churchill Downs. So I've been around horses pretty much my whole life.
So you look like someone who's very fit, and I know horse riding requires that. So you ride a lot?
Yes, I do. I have my own horses that I ride almost every day.
So your history here in Kentucky, as far as the Kentucky Derby Festival, Churchill Downs, the Derby race, tell me about that.
Well, working on the backside, we learned a lot about the horses, and so this is a special time for me. I look forward to the races and watching some horses win.
There we go. Horses win. That's what it's all about this week. Okay, this experience, the Chow Wagon, if you were describing this to someone, one of your friends, Karen, what would you tell them about the Chow Wagon down here on the waterfront?
Oh, it's lively. It's full of fun. There's so much food. We always call it the fair food. Let's go get some fair food and just hang out and have a good time. It's relaxing to come out here for a lunch hour at work.
You know, everyone has their favorite, quote unquote, as you said, fair food. There's a lot of choices down here. So where do you and your friends gravitate? For someone like you, doesn't look like you eat a lot of elephant ears. So
no.
What do you like?
Usually we gravitate toward the tacos.
Ooh, tacos. Good here?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
You know, I think sometimes that when we say fair food, you automatically think, okay, fattening and really bad for you. But like all food franchises, it's changed. You can find things that are good for you, good things for the kiddos, all of that. It's all available here, right?
Right, and we work at Humana, so we have to be healthy. So we were looking for healthy places to eat.
I would think this time of year, if you work at Humana, because it's walking distance, I mean, this is something probably you and your co-workers really look forward to.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Now, tell me just for fun, what other events do you look forward to? Obviously, we'd like people to come to the Chow Wagon. I was mentioning all the music that is available here. Tonight, by the way, Radiotronic. So if you love Radiotronic, who doesn't? One of the best cover bands in the region, they'll be here tonight. But what other events do you look forward to?
I like watching the bed race. That is hilarious. I mean, it's just fun. I just like watching the things that are fun and mostly the horse racing.
Okay, so you get to Churchill Downs, I'm assuming, now and then?
Yes, now and then I do.
Okay, I went to Backside this morning.
Oh, you did?
Nothing like that experience. For folks who haven't enjoyed that, it's a nice way to kind of look at the horses and see what it's like behind the curtain, right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, do you have a Derby winner? That's a question everyone.
Derby favorite.
Okay, go with it.
A Flying Mohawk. Whit Beckman's the trainer, and his sister keeps her horse at my farm.
Oh, very cool.
I am very excited that they have another Derby horse, and they have 2 Oaks horses, and I wish them the best of luck.
So you have a tie here, you know, because
yeah.
So that's always interesting. If you have a tie to a horse, I don't blame you. You got to put some cash on it.
Have to.
So we always like to bet the trifecta, you know, the first three horses, right? So if you're here at Chow Wagon, give me your top three food choices. We know you mentioned the winner, probably tacos, but what would the other two on the card be?
I had the bourbon chicken today, and I would have to say the cookies.
Okay, so was bourbon chicken?
Yeah, bourbon chicken.
Bourbon chicken. So we got, you know, tacos as the winner. Place is the cookies. Bourbon chicken, and then the cookies.
The cookies.
Okay,
That's some sweet.
that's a nice trifecta. I'm betting that's a winning ticket, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Karen, thank you so much.
All right,
I enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks.
All right, Karen Moore, ladies and gentlemen, she's fabulous. So she gives you kind of a behind-the-scenes look here at the Chow Wagon, again, under the umbrella of Kroger Fest-a-Ville. Amy Boyd is going to step in with us. And if you have been following the Kentucky Derby Festival for years, as we all have, then you know Amy Boyd because she is, I don't want to say directly involved, you're the boss.
Not the boss. I'm just one of the team members. We have a great team, one of the best in the business, and we've had to do some pivoting this year for the festival, but hopefully people are still coming out and having a great time.
See, that's a sign of a good leader when you say team. You always give credit to the team. Let's talk a little bit about that. Okay, we're here on the waterfront, and to me, it looks pretty. It looks nice. You would never guess that a week ago it was a mess. Talk to me about those cleanup efforts, Amy.
Well, it was amazing. So we all saw what it looked like right around the time of Thunder, the beginning of the month, and then to see the cleanup team the mayor brought in, cleaned it up in like less than a week, a little over a week, somewhere around there, and we were back at it, able to open this up where we couldn't have Thunder, but then just a couple weeks later we were opening up this venue. They had everything cleaned up, looking really brand new for us to come out and hold our events.
Yeah, from your perspective, Amy, I know everyone was disappointed, you know, that Thunder, but we understood. Obviously, we weren't in any kind of condition to have anybody on the waterfront watching, and we all love Thunder. With that being said, were you surprised about how fast you turned this cleanup around and really how nice it looks now?
Yes, I mean, I think everybody was surprised. Like, wow, we thought they were going to come in and we weren't sure they were able to get it all out of here in time, but they made quick work of it. And it was just nice to be back down here and have this venue open so everybody could come down and enjoy the tradition of the Chow Wagon and Kroger's Fest-a-Ville. This is their cheat week, Derby week. This is when you want to have, your cheat week and try your corn dogs and your turkey legs and your funnel cake. So we were glad to be able to still do that. The footprint is a little different because we stayed off the North Great Line. They've got to reseed that and do some repair to the North Great Line, but we just moved the venue a little bit and still could hold all our traditional events down here.
And a family event, something for everyone. Before we talk a little bit more about the Chow Wagon, let's do a little bit of a recap. Obviously, weather is essential. It's what everyone looks at. I want to do this, but I want to check out the weather. Overall, it really hasn't been bad at all, has it?
No, we've really had a great festival, and it seems like we've lost a lot because we didn't have Thunder. That's our big kickoff. We all love Thunder, but we still had our big luncheon with Pat Kelsey. We've had a lot of events since then. We had the boat race tonight. We have the bed races on Monday. We've had 10,000 runners in for the mini and marathon. We had a new 5K. We had balloons. So we've done a lot already.
Yeah, I want to talk about some of the events that I wasn't aware of. I was doing my homework, and Amy, I was saying something about motorcycles, car shows, a circus. So tell me about that. It seems like you guys always are adding events and things that, once again, are family friendly.
Well, we want to have something for everyone. So Derby Festival is for everybody. So we've added events over the years. So, if you like motorcycles, we're going to have a motorcycle night. If you like cars, we had hundreds of cars here this past Saturday for our car show. So we've added that in recent years. We have Ohio Valley Wrestling down here. And then just last year, Louisville Turner Circus joined us down here on the waterfront. And they're back this year. So it's something for everyone. So if you're like, well, I don't want to go to the track, or I'm not a runner in the mini or marathon, there is something still at the festival for you.
Yeah, I'm curious about when you go to, I'm assuming there's conventions for events that are this big, these kind of festivals. You've got, of course, to our north, the Indianapolis 500. A lot of people talk about Mardi Gras. That's a big bash. But I think the Kentucky Derby Festival can rival any of those. Talk a little bit about the pride of working for the festival.
Well, we're all proud to work for the festival. We love it. We have the best team in the business. And we love what we do. That's why, when we don't have Thunder, we're going to work even harder to make sure we still have a festival and something for the community.
Yes, you've done an excellent job. I always look forward to talking to you, Amy, because you give me the inside scoop. So if someone's down here at the Chow Wagon and they've got to please everyone. Okay, they've got kiddos. They got Uncle Bill who loves to chow down on an elephant ear. Talk to them about the variety of food that is available here, because a lot of folks, it's a beautiful afternoon. Come on down now. You're watching live. Tonight I mentioned Radiotronic, but talk a little bit about the variety of food.
Well, we have a little bit of something for everyone. So we got the traditional funnel cakes, turkey legs, corn dogs, hot dogs, the Polish sausage, all those favorites. But we also have some new stuff this year. We have a Jamaican food vendor out of Owensboro, Kentucky, who's here. We have barbecue out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We have a new cookie vendor that's come in. So again, whatever your tastes are, you're going to be able to find it here at the Chow Wagon.
Okay, and this isn't, folks, I don't think this is necessarily bad news. It's just going to be a little bit different from what we're accustomed to. The Belle of Louisville is going to remain docked. So for folks who haven't heard about this, tell them why, but also I think we should stress it's still going to be a party.
That's right. We are still having the boat race, and they found a leak in a tank that holds fuel on the Belle of Louisville. So she is scratched for this year's Great Steamboat Race that happened late yesterday in one of our final inspections. So the Mary Miller, who's our sister vessel that many may not have heard of, but sister vessel still does cruises, is going to step in, and she's going to bring home the antlers for the city of Louisville.
Yeah, it's all about the silver antlers, isn't it?
Yes, the silver antlers, the bragging rights, that rivalry on the river that's been going on now for 62 years. And the Belle of Louisville will still be there and part of it. So we're having a dockside party. So it's still going to be a lot of fun, and the public can get tickets. It's $75, all-inclusive tickets. You got your bourbon tastings, your food. We'll have a live band, a silent disco. So come down, come to the 4th Street Wharf, and help us cheer on the boats.
I think it's going to be a unique experience, maybe even more fun if that's possible, because I've been on the Belle of Louisville quite a few years. But this will be unique, and you can tell your friends, your grandkids later on in life and say, look, I enjoyed it when it was docked. It's almost like picking a derby horse. Okay, he's just going to sit there, and he's got a jockey on him, but he's going to win anyway, right?
Right, that's right. Well, and what we've been told is if the boats were horses, to bet on the Mary.
Okay, the Mary. Now, from what I understand, again, you'll be proud of me. I'm doing my homework, Amy. Okay, is the Mary diesel fueled? I heard, I think it was made in the 80s. So it's probably got a little bit more modern power, so to speak.
Yes. So if the Belle of Cincinnati thinks she's got the race in the bag, she might get a surprise, because the Mary Miller, she is a diesel engine as well. So she's got a little bit more power. So we're going to see how that works out for today's race.
Okay, so your bet is Mary Miller. Let's go that. But as far as your bet for a good time, I think you can jump aboard any of those boats, and you're going to have a great time and really experience the Kentucky Derby Festival, because it is more than a race, more than a horse race, more than a boat race, more than a marathon race. It's a lot.
That's right. It's a tradition.
And
you can't have Derby Week without steamboat races on Wednesday. And there are tickets still available on all the boats, Belle of Louisville, the Mary Miller, the Belle of Cincinnati. So come down to the wharf, be part of the Great Steamboat Race. You can also watch it from here at the Kroger's Fest-a-Ville and the Chow Wagon, or come over here afterward and hear the live music and, hang out with us for the night.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about the steamboat race. Of course, we're here at the Chow Wagon. I mentioned Radiotronic. What other events are remaining for folks maybe who are now getting in town?
So this venue will be open through Derby Eve. So we still have concerts every night. We'll have Louisville Turner Circus. We have the motorcycle night. So we still have some of those events going on here at the waterfront. We'll be also at Thurby tomorrow, our Day at the Downs event at the track. There are a few more tickets left for that. If you're coming in and you're like, hey, I want to go to the track on Thursday, we got a handful of tickets left for that event out at the track. Sky Terrace, so you're going to have a nice spot, all-inclusive ticket to be out there at Derby. And then we close it all out on Derby Eve here at Kroger's Fest-a-Ville.
Amy, it's always great to see you.
Good to see
Please
you.
give my best to Matt and your team, because they do an incredible job. And you truly make me proud to be a Louisvillian. I always say that Louisville's a great place to raise adults, and I know that sounds like a dad joke, but I mean that, and the Kentucky Derby Festival is a big part of that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
All right. Amy Boyd once again with the Kentucky Derby Festival. Hello. Your name is?
Christina.
Christina. Okay. I thought I had Ashley coming. I've got Christina.
Yeah.
Christina, but you look fantastic. Okay, Christina. Give me a little inside scoop. What do you do here?
So we are food concessionaires here. We have a total of 9 booths here this year. Our newest one is our steak tip tent that's here behind me. And then we have a whole bunch more scattered throughout.
Okay. Then. And for folks who have not been to a Chow Wagon, how do you describe it to your friends? What do you tell them?
Oh, just lots of great people. The food, all kinds of food out here. I love the balloons that they do out here, the drone shows, the fireworks. There's a lot of neat little things that come out, and then they've got great music here every day. Some guys even walk around here towards the end of the week, like playing in a band and stuff. So it's a really neat little festival to come out to, see some friends, enjoy some great food.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, have you been coming out here for years?
So this is actually my 4th year down here with our company, and I love it. Even though we're supposed to be getting rain and rained out all the time, it holds off. Everybody comes out, and it's great. The weather's been wonderful.
Yeah,
so.
it's beautiful this afternoon.
It is.
And great music as well, so it's a
Yes.
family event.
It is.
You've been able then to kind of watch the Chow Wagon, I know it's been 4 years, but get bigger and evolve
It
and
has.
bigger and better and that kind of thing. There's got to be for you a sense of pride because you as a vendor, you make that happen.
Yes, it takes lots of planning, to do something like this. And we're from out of Ohio, so a lot more planning for us, making sure we have everything when we come down here. But every year it has gotten bigger, more people come down. It's just a wonderful turnout of people. More vendors come down, new food. It's just an exciting place to be.
Is it all work for you or do you get to have some fun?
Oh yeah, we love having fun. We talk with people, meet new people. That's what I love doing about this job. Meeting all the new people and talking to people, and then learning things about the area that you're in. You didn't know before. So, and what better place than being on the river?
It's a beautiful view. You can't beat the backdrop, can you?
That's right. Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I hope you're able to have some fun, and thank you for what you do. Welcome from Ohio on behalf of the good folks here from Kentucky. So thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that.
You guys have a great afternoon. Enjoy some food today.
Yep, I'm ready to do it. See, now you see why everyone enjoys the food so much. It's not just about great for the taste buds, but it's great people. I'm going to be joined now by Ashley Smith, who's with Waterfront Development, and this has had to be quite a chore to get Waterfront Development, this area ready. Ashley, welcome in.
Well, thanks for having me.
Happy Derby.
Happy Derby to you.
Okay, I am shocked, to be honest with you, because this is my first trip down here this year, that it really looks good.
Well, it does. It's not as in the state that you would normally see it.
Sure,
but
fair enough.
Yes, but considering what we've been through in the last month, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. We're thrilled.
So from your vantage point, I know there's a partnership, of course, with Metro government and Waterfront Development, but there's also a partnership and a pride point with the community, people who came down here to help with the cleanup and that kind of thing, because we want to put our best face forward when it comes to visitors, et cetera. So that cleanup effort, talk about that. I would imagine that was probably pretty rewarding to see how everyone stepped in.
Rewarding is probably not a strong enough term. It was more than 250 people showed up and ready to work, and they worked hard in less than 24 hours notice. We put out a call for help with less than 24 hours notice because we were watching the river levels, and it was really a delicate dance of we wanted to be able to have people here, but we're watching the levels and we don't want it to be unsafe, and you have to, when you're cleaning up a flood like this, you have to pick up the debris as the water is receding. That's very important, and many people don't understand how important that is, because if you let it sit, it becomes a much more challenging job.
Yeah, it gets stuck in the mud and hard to move.
In the mud. That's right. So, and boy, did we have some debris. But we had an army of volunteers that came out, and they weren't scared to get dirty, and they love the park, and we love them, and we all do as a community. We really do. This is our front yard. This is our front lawn for the community, and it belongs to all of us, and it's really evident at a time like this.
We talk about the pride that we all have, and not only the Kentucky Derby this week and the Kentucky Derby Festival, but I want to talk about the pride that we have in the waterfront and waterfront development, because so many exciting things happening. We opened a new park up here. I know you've got new plans to my right and to my left. Talk about the involvement of waterfront development and Waterfront Park.
Well, a lot of people don't know, waterfront development, that's an interesting term, because we were formed as the Waterfront Development Corporation. It was a partnership. It is a partnership between the Commonwealth of Kentucky and Louisville Metro government, and we are a nonprofit public park, a nonprofit corporation. And we were formed because this was such a large project. A lot of people don't remember what this was more than 25 years ago, back in the late 1980s. So we were formed to tackle this very large problem of cleaning up this blighted industrial area and turning it into this beloved green space. And so that's what we've done over the past 30, almost 40 years now. The park just celebrated our 25th anniversary last year. And we are celebrating this year as well because we just opened Playport, which is the first piece of our 22-acre Westward Park expansion. It's a 3.5-acre space. It was designed in partnership with the Kentucky Science Center. It is the most unique, magnificent experiential learning area. It's a place where kids can learn and play at the same time, and it's really challenging for all ages. It is not boring. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, Ashley, I went to the ribbon cutting for Playport.
Yes.
As an employee, of course, of Metro government, and I went down there, and I was really, I don't want to say surprised because I've seen you guys at Waterfront Development, you, Deborah, Katie, do things at a fantastic level. But that is the awe factor. It is like jaw-dropping. It is so cool. For folks who haven't been there, tell them exactly where it's located, because some folks think Waterfront Development stops at the bridge. No.
So the new section is located at 10th and Rowan, essentially. So you can access the new section between 10th, 11th, or 12th Street and Rowan, or Rowan. I'm not sure. It depends on how you pronounce it. Different people pronounce it different ways, so it's whichever way you like to pronounce it. So essentially, it really, Playport sits at 11th and Rowan. So.
As we sit here and enjoy Chow Wagon on what has become a beautiful afternoon, I do want to talk about maybe future events that you guys have at Waterfront Development you'd like folks to know about, because we're live, and I'm sure a lot of folks go, wow, it sounds really cool, and it is. What should they see?
They'll see a whole summer of wonderful events here at Waterfront Park. We've got our WFPK Waterfront Wednesday series. We have, of course, 2 more days of the Kentucky Derby Fest-a-Ville, of course. We have the Soul Food, or the Sky Soul Festival, which is a great R&B festival, which is going to happen in June. We have the Pride Festival. We have runs and walks, and we have some art camps. I'm not sure if everybody knows that we have art camps here at the park. So we have a wonderful calendar of events at ourwaterfront.org, and that's where everybody can go to see the full listing. We have a great summer ahead.
Yes, a lot of charitable events that are held down here.
Yes.
Another point of pride, I talk about the Kentucky Derby Festival, but this is certainly another point of pride as well. Okay, before I let you go, one more question for you.
Yes.
All right, Ashley, I've been asking people about, win, place, show. So obviously your offices are very close here. Win, place, show as far as eating and drinking.
Okay,
What are you going to eat?
I think I always liked, you can never go wrong with a corn dog.
Can't go, no, corn dog. If it's good and hot and crispy.
Yes, you can never go wrong with a corn dog. I love a good smoothie. I see Coca Bongos out of my over your shoulder. And of course, you have to have a cold beer when you're down at the,
I like your style. Ashley, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Once again, Ashley Smith, Waterfront Development. Lots going on here. But right now, of course, it's Kentucky Derby week. It's Kentucky Derby Festival week. And we're down here at the Chow Wagon. I have another guest who's going to join me now. And we're talking to everyone. If you're close, come on down, because we're live for probably, I guess, about 5 more minutes. Okay, your name is?
Lily.
Hi, Lily. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, I'm already jealous. Tell everyone obviously an ice cream cone. How is it?
It is fantastic.
Okay, where did you purchase your ice cream cone?
I got it at the front in the entrance on the way in. I just saw the sign for ice cream and had to stop and get it.
You know what's nice about being here at Waterfront Development is there's a lot of businesses that are close, including, because I see your little lanyard, ISCO, which Jimmy Kirschdorfer is an amazing guy. ISCO is now a global company.
Yeah.
So this is a great place to come for lunch, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. All through this week, we give our employees a pin to come so that they're able to come down and enjoy it during their lunch hour.
All right. So it makes you kind of look more forward to lunch. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of nice places to eat downtown.
Yes, there
But with that being said, this is a little bit different. So you had the ice cream cone. So did you go to dessert first, or what did you have?
First, I had chicken tenders and fries, very healthy, and then went for the ice cream.
When it comes to the Kentucky Derby Festival, what other events do you enjoy?
So the HR team at ISCO goes to 50 Tuesday with Mark Kirchtorfer. And then, like to do any kind of festivity, the Davenport Derby Dash for Bellarmine University Athletics going to tonight. And so anything Derby related, I can get on, I'm there.
We always like to champion community champions, which ISCO is. If there's something positive going on in the community, you probably see ISCO because they support Louisville so much. For folks who aren't aware of what ISCO does, I know it's a global company, it's huge. Tell them what they do.
Yeah, so we're an all underground piping solutions company. So what we do is all underground piping, which can come from irrigation, oil and gas, mining, landfill. We actually recently did the polar bear exhibit at the Louisville Zoo. So we do all kinds of things nationwide and very proud of it.
Okay, so there's lots of Derby Festival left. Of course, a lot of action at the track.
Yes.
We've got the steamboat race coming up here.
Yes.
We've got Radiotronic that's going to be on stage tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got Thurby, you've got Oaks, you have Derby. So what are your plans?
My plans are to hang out with some friends for Derby and then also prepare for the ISCO Championship coming in May.
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up. A PGA event has come to Louisville, folks, thanks to ISCO and the Kirchdorfers. I know Jimmy has a special affinity for golf.
Yes.
So tell folks about that championship. Hurstbourne Country Club, correct?
Yes. So it'll be at Hurstbourne Country Club. I'm going to have a lot of really great talent there. I will be participating in the event more as helping out around the scene. So if you see me, make sure you say hi.
I've taken so much of your time that I think your ice cream cone is melting.
I know, it's deteriorating.
Are you getting upset at me?
Just a little.
Okay, I understand. I understand. I'm going to let you eat your ice cone.
Thank you so much.
Eat your ice
John.
cream.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed the conversation. So many companies here downtown that are getting ready, not only ready for the Kentucky Derby Festival, they're enjoying the Kentucky Derby Festival, as you should as well. Again, the festival, it's an umbrella, and underneath that is a Chow Wagon, just one of the events. We talked about the circus, motorcycles, car shows. It goes on, and it keeps expanding, folks. So if you're a Louisvillian or if you have guests from out of town, make sure they enjoy the Kentucky Derby Festival. Hey, if you can get them to the track, that's a bonus as well. Of course, we've got Thurby. I don't want to forget about today. And we've got Thurby, if you can make it out to the track. And then we have Oaks Day as well. And then, of course, the 151st running of the Run for the Roses. So it's kind of amazing when I reflect about growing up here in Louisville. So much happens around a 2-minute horse race. But you know what? It's fantastic. So if you can get out and enjoy it, please do so. We're coming to you live from the waterfront here, Chow Wagon. We talked about all the food. Again, live music as well. So bring the kiddos, very kid-friendly. And believe it or not, the waterfront, I think, looks very, very good considering, like I said, about a week and a half ago, it was awful. But it shows you when the community comes together, we can make fantastic things happen. So once again, we thank you for watching Metro TV, Roku, Apple, YouTube. We're all over the place. Tell your friends. We're going to try to do more of these live events because there's so much to celebrate here in Louisville. It's not just the Kentucky Derby Festival. You heard her talking about the PGA events, all of that. It all takes place in Louisville. As I said, a great place to raise adults. Bring your kids down here and have a blast at the Chow Wagon. Again, live on Metro TV. I'm going to let you guys go in. If you happen to work downtown, come on down for lunch. If you don't, starting at 4 o'clock, 4 to 7 is happy hour. Ice cold frosty wheat sodas are only $4. So if you like a cold brew or two, then come on down. Just be safe. Once again, for Metro TV, I'm John Ramsey, Director of City Partnerships. We'll see you next time.